So how do you answer questions of people like, what do you apply for sunscreen, or do you stop? Like people have crazy amount of beauty routines now. Like they apply like salicylic acid, retinol, and all of that. So do you actually convince patients to stop them and use only like Abhyanga or Nasya or something like that?
Yeah, I do that.
Because I have done that, but yeah, I would love to take your opinion also.
If we are telling them to stop something, we should also be able to
Give
give
a
them an
replacement.
alternative. Yes, an alternative for
Yeah.
that. So I used to tell my patients that don't use shampoos which has got sodium lauryl sulfate. And they used to go to market, they used to search on internet. Every shampoo in the market, you will have that sodium lauryl sulfate.
Every shampoo, because I tried to make it. And it's not possible to do without SLS. Your hair becomes very dry with only Trifla or soap nut and all of that.
So I don't tell them to stop using shampoo. I tell them to use alternates. I tell them to use Rita. I will tell them to use, So these things are there, but if at all they are feeling that it is causing dryness to their skin or their hair, then they should use oil. See, that alternates are there, but they should be ready to accept. I don't advise them. I don't stop them from using what they're using in their routine. See, if they're using shampoo, any sort of shampoo may that be, and it is causing long term damage to the hair. What should be the solution for it? I ask them to apply oil regularly. So coconut oil or castor oil. Castor oil is actually better. Castor oil mixed with coconut oil is also good. So
what about sesame oil then?
Sesame oil isn't that good for hair actually.
Really?
Means
why do you tell that? Because it's cassia, no?
Yeah, it is cassia, but it is like it's a little more ushna.
Oh, okay.
Compared to coconut oil is the only oil that is shita.
Shita, yeah, right.
So when we are facing condition like khalitya, there is local pitta prakopa in scalp, on scalp. So we're not expecting any further pitta prakopa. When you are expecting, when the condition is of rauksha, there is absolute rauksha, and we want snigdhata only. In that condition, Tilataila is good. But when there is khalitya, most of the patients who come to us are of khalitya. So when there is khalitya, we are not supposed to increase pitta on scalp. So that is why I prefer.
Or like processed sesame oil, like probably.
Which one?
Like murchita or like processed, like other, like the.
Yeah, but if I advise them, I'll have to provide them something like that.
Okay, got it.
So the easiest way, see, I practice in rural part of India. So it's like I can't tell them what they cannot find anywhere around them. So easiest way is the coconut oil. You'll find it anywhere. It helps reducing pitta. It helps increasing snigdhata. It helps reducing the dandruff. The fungus goes. It keeps scalp moist. So it's better to use coconut oil. Eranda Sneha is good for scalp, not just for hair. If you can.
Not just.
Yeah, means Eranda Sneha, if you apply on scalp, it stays for for a week, it will stay on your scalp. Scalp gets protected from dust, dirt, and all the pollution that affects your scalp. So if at all we are applying oil on our scalp once in a week, then castor oil is the best.
Best. Okay. I have one more question about Shira Abhyanga. Should we do it overnight and keep? Because some people advise it. I don't advise it. What is your advice?
I ask them to clean the scalp first and then apply the oil. because
Daytime, not night time. You don't apply it and go to bed.
no.
Not required.
Yeah, I advise them to have bath first, clean the hair, clean the scalp, and then apply the oil. The reason is like for whole day, you had been for men who wash their hair every morning, and for women it's like once in 2 days or
For us,
3 days.
it's not possible.
So
Not
yeah,
at
for
all.
women, if they're applying oil, means if they're washing their scalp in like twice a week, then for 3 days or 2 days or 3 days, the dirt and dust and pollution, everything gets accumulated on the scalp, and then there is scaling, then there
Yeah,
is dandruff, then there is
right,
sweat,
right.
the secretions,
Yeah.
everything is there, and on top of it, we apply oil. So there are scales, there is dirt, everything is there on the scalp, and we apply oil and we make it flat, make a layer of oil on that, on all that mess. And next day we'll keep it for night, overnight, and next day we'll wash it off. After washing it off, the oil goes. We may feel that all the dirt has gone, but it doesn't go. You wash the oil, and the scales stand up.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. That's
that
the
actually
majority
doesn't.
problem what people face
So
when it
that's
comes to dandruff.
so that's not the solution. It feels that we kept oil for 8 hours, 12 hours. We kept the oil on our scalp, and that should help. But it doesn't help because it has got a thick layer. In women, there will be a thick layer of dust and dirt. In
Ask
men,
me, I'll tell you.
so it doesn't help at all. So rather, I advise everybody to have bath, wash the scalp, wash the hair, and then apply oil on the scalp.
Then apply.
Yeah. So
seems nice. I'll try this.
And it helps in a way like it keeps a layer of oil on your scalp. So anything that comes on your scalp as impurity, dust, dirt, pollution, smoke, anything may it be, it doesn't reach your scalp. It stays above the layer of that oil.
Right.
And because it is oily, there won't be much of scaling, there won't be much of dandruff, and the oil doesn't get, the scalp doesn't get dried off.